a.m. session, which is now, which we're driving to. Have a rest in between. Go strength and conditioning at 12 with Jonathan Bailey. And then I got to go back to Igor's again in the afternoon, teach the kids jiu-jitsu class. And then after the kids jiu-jitsu class, I've got kickboxing. So my schedule's full. Oh, and then after my kickboxing, I've got baby classes that I've got to go to at the Randwick Hospital to help teach me be able to be a parent. So I've got a lot of things to do today. It's going to be a full-on day. Just another day in the life, I guess.
Does it usually get this busy for you?
In camp, yeah, it does, bro. It does. Obviously, the more frequent training sessions and the higher the intensity of the training sessions. And yeah, more so, yeah, it just, I think at the beginning of the camp, trying to get used to the sessions and the intensity. But yeah, we start to pick it up more and more. By the time you get used to the intensity of the training sessions, they will amp it up a bit more. And every single time they just slowly keep amping it. So as soon as you get used to the sessions, they'll pick it up again. And then you get used to it, they'll start to pick it up again. So it's a never-ending process, but it means, you know, the first week of training camp would be piss easy compared to the last week of camp. And your body's just going to be able to smash through that first session, so first week of training camp compared to the end of the fight week, end of the training camp. So here comes Alan.
You know what this is, Joshua? Tell him what it is. Tell him. Whose world is it?
It's Alan's world, but we all just live in it. All right, we start again. 8 a.m. already.
Never ends, lad. The life and soul of Josh's career. Fucking.
Some UFC always.
But not anybody knows or not, but I'm a UFC coach.
How are you feeling about Josh and his next opponent leading up to this?
That was very funny when we did the video study on Lerone. He's so similar to Josh, like his body movement, the way he switches. It seems to be like very similar school of what we do. So it was, at times it was like looking at Josh. That was so funny. We had a good laugh. Because even like the feints and, you know, the long guard and the way he does his footwork, and yeah, so it's very interesting. It's like, to a certain extent, it's like fighting himself. So we always have that talk, is like how we would fight. If we were on the other side, how we would be fighting Josh, right? I think this is one of those. Now we are kind of, to a certain extent, we are fighting Josh. I mean, we are fighting Lerone, but style-wise and what he does and how he punches, and yeah.
So this is a good matchup for Josh?
Yeah, we think so. Yeah, we think so. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting matchup. And their team, they do a lot of research by the sound of it as well, just the way they talk in the corner and what I have prepared usually for the other guys. So it's very similar to what we do. Very, very similar. So it'll be I think it'll be a attrition of wits who can come up with the better answers. So it'll be interesting. Love it. It'll be fun.
As the competition, but if you go against me, you the opposition. But if you wanna test to look like you could close the distance, I'ma give it A forever since you're so persistent. With you, I'm just practicing, cause I'm back to back, let's get back to winning. As a matter of fact, I'm not that forgiving, cause you did this to yourself, that's a bad decision. I don't see no one in front of me, you is a ghost, you ain't got a soul. Whoa.
Bro, we're literally just trying to push it to make it feel like the fight, anything in that fight, it's gonna feel easy. You know, literally fucking going for like an hour and a half now, just literally explosive hard shit. So, you know, if we can do an hour and a half of this grueling type of training, bro, what's 3 by 5 minutes, you know, with a minute rest in between. So again, training camps are always the one that take it out of you. It's not so much the fight. The fight is the fun bit. The training's the shit that nobody wants to do, and that's the shit that's gonna get you over the line. But yeah, everybody wants to have a fight, but they're not willing to train for a fight, and that's why a lot of guys have come and gone from Igor's, because they couldn't do what coach was asking for. So they want to fight. They got to meet certain requirements. You know, you got to be able to push 3 minutes or 5 minutes. You know, depending whether you're amateur or pro. But, yeah, a lot of guys can't handle this. This is the fucked up bit.
How's Josh as a training partner?
Hate him. He's horrible. He's nasty. The smile's fake. Nah, it's good, bro. It's good. It's good. Good energy. Brings good energy always. He works hard. Helps encourage me, especially the days like today when I'm feeling fatigued. You know, because we're competing. Hopefully, it's good.
Do you find any competitiveness between you and him when you're training?
Yeah, every session. Like, we're trying to outdo each other constant, but like in a threat, like what's the word I'm looking for? A healthy way. No, it's like we're competing with each other, but also it's to help push the other person on as well.
Cut it out. Day in the life. Day in the life.
No rest, huh?
Huh?
No rest?
This is my rest, bro. This is my downtime when I'm not in the gym. I'm the housewife. I'm a housewife. So, for all the people that think that I don't get shit done and oh, you just have a training session and you get all day to recover before you train again at night. Yeah, alright. How much washing I gotta do, how much laundry I gotta do, how much shit I have to run through like this. I'm a housewife. I gotta do the dishes, gotta feed the dogs, take them out. I'm definitely a housewife, bro. In between all of it, I'm a housewife. Yeah, so like me and Lerone, we're very, very similar. I mean, in terms of the way we move, in terms of the way we strike, the way we switch stance, the way we feint. And probably the biggest thing that I feel like we both do that is not many people do is we're both composed regardless of whether we're in a good position, whether we're in a shit position. Like we don't get too ahead of ourselves, and we also, we sort of, no matter what's thrown at us, we keep a level head and we stick to a game plan. And I think that's a very unique thing. So I do feel like fighting Lerone is gonna take a lot to get him out of his game plan, and it would take a lot to get him out of his comfort zone. So yeah, I think again, me and Lerone, we match up really well. You know, I've never lost as a featherweight. He's undefeated as a featherweight. Yeah, I've got 11 wins. Well, should be 12 wins with 1 loss at lightweight, and he has 12 wins and no losses. I mean, this fight is definitely a fight that's either gonna put a number near our name, or you know, the next fight is definitely gonna be the top 15. I think we're one of the two hottest prospects outside the top 15. So I think it's a good challenge. I'm so excited for this fight. Again, we're so similar in so many ways. So I'm excited for that one.
How do you feel fighting in London? Obviously, you fought in your backyard. Now you're going to someone else's backyard and fighting there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the UK admire Australians, but when you're fighting one of their own, they tend to get a bit, hostile. So how do you feel about the fighting in the UK?
Everything's a challenge apart with this one. I'm fighting the hometown guy. Last time around, I was the hometown guy. I had all the hometown support. So now I'm gonna be going there to spoil the party, be the villain, be the bad guy coming in and spoiling the party. But man, I'm excited for everything, just to experience everything, to experience London, to experience the fans there, experience being on the other side of the cage to a hometown fighter. Yeah, I'm just excited for all of it. To be honest, there's nothing that I'm not dreading anything, but I'm also looking forward to just going through that experience, because it's not going to be the last time that I'm going to be the guy going into a hometown territory and fighting someone. So yeah.
Where are we off to now?
We're off to our second session of the day, strength and conditioning with Jonathan Bailey.
How do you find the strength and conditioning sessions?
It depends on what Jonathan Bailey shows up. Like I say, he's the most nicest, evilest man you can meet. So yeah, he's both good because he wants to make you improve, but he's also bad because he puts you through torture. So
yeah, he's dedicated when it comes to his training. He may not like doing it as much as his fight training, but he's pretty dedicated to doing it.
Does he ever not show up? Does he ever say no?
No, he shows up, but I don't mind if he complains as long as he gets the work done. So he definitely shows up to every session, puts in the work. But yeah, whether we get there complaining or not is a different story. But we get the work done, so that's the important thing.
That's the way. And how do you feel? How are you feeling about his camp so far? I know it's just started, but how are you feeling so far about it?
Great so far. Like, we've had quite a few months since Perth, so we've had a decent amount of time to put on some muscle where we need to and to develop his strength. So yeah, excited to see his upcoming phases where we start to really dial into the fight camp and work on his speed and his power and his athleticism even more, and just keep making him a better athlete. Yeah, so like I definitely look at some of the past fights of the opponents and Josh, but then it's more to understand what type of fight he's going to try and make it, or what the game plan is for the upcoming fight. So if there's going to be a lot of grappling, if it's going to be more striking, you want to be prepared for everything, but obviously each camp, the game plan is going to be a bit different depending on the opponent. So we kind of do tweak a few things like that, but overall it's just to put the best version of Josh that we can in the cage.
Mm-hmm. What's it like to teach the younger generation?
Man, it's an experience. I honestly wish I did start at that young age. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy teaching the kids. Them learning something, them picking up something, and then them being able to apply it is it's a different feeling. It feels like, I don't know how to put it, but like I feel very accomplished when they're able to do something like that. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating at times, obviously, because sometimes they do it one day, they do it, and then the next day they don't do it, and they just completely forget. But yeah, I definitely do feel like a sense of achievement when I'm able to teach these kids and they're able to pick up something.
Obviously, you've got a kid coming along.
Yeah.
In around August. How does that have any effect on when you're teaching kids? Do you think that soon come you're going to be teaching your own kid jiu-jitsu? Like, have you thought about that at all yet?
Yeah, of course. I know my child is going to grow up doing martial arts. I mean, they don't have to fight per se. They don't want to, but again, I don't want my kids to fight. If anything, I want them to do something completely different, but I would like to teach them jiu-jitsu for self-defense reasons, and just more so like what martial arts brings, which is loyalty, honor, respect, discipline, and yeah, I'm a big thing on the respect thing. So I definitely want to be able to teach my child the respect aspect of martial arts, and nothing comes easy. You've got to work hard for it, and that's a perfect example for martial arts. Is that like it takes a long time, takes a lot of hard work to gain new skills, and whatever is worth having doesn't come easy. So that's something I'd like to teach my kid.
What was the initial reaction when Sarah gave you the news?
Man, it was like a sign of relief, to be honest. We were trying for a while and just it never happens. And then she just came home one day and was like, "Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news?" And me, I was like, "All right, well, I'd rather hear the bad news first." And then she goes, "Oh well, I don't have any bad news." And then she just handed me a box. And then I opened up the box, and then in that box was like obviously a positive pregnancy test, and then just all this baby stuff. So yeah, I was definitely I was relieved about it. Very happy. Obviously, I'm very excited to be a dad. I've always wanted to be a dad. So yeah, happy, excited. Now we're getting closer to that stage now where my kid's about to come out. Getting a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, but I think it's just because I have such a high expectation of myself to be such a good dad and just be able to give my child everything I didn't have, and to be able to teach them, all the stuff that I've learned and more. So yeah, super excited. I honestly can't wait, man. I honestly can't wait. So we just finished kids class, kids jiu-jitsu, 4 to 5, and now we have kickboxing class from 5:30 to 7. So, and then right after that we got gi jiu-jitsu from 7 to 8. So full schedule always. Back here again. So yeah, that's a typical day in the life of Josh Culibao. Hard work, dedication. That's the type of training day that I have now. I'm blessed to be able to do this. I'm actually really grateful that I'm actually able to do this type of training. As I was working as an apprentice, I wasn't able to do this. I had to work 8-9 hours a day, and then be able to train 1 hour or 2 hours at night. So I'm very, very lucky to be able to do this now and be able to train multiple times a day. And most people will see this and be like, he's working hard. I am working hard, but I'm very grateful for everything that has come my way. I'm very grateful to be in a position where I can do this. This is just another day in the life. I'm just super excited for this fight. As you can tell, I'm training hard. I'm super determined. I'm focused, and man, I'm just all round excited for this fight and what the future holds. London is going to be hit with the Kuya Express, so like I said, excited. July 22nd, London, the O2 Arena against Lerone Murphy, an undefeated featherweight. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this, and thank you for all those that are watching. Massive shout out to Ada Pix for putting this all together. He's the man. He had to stick with me the whole day. I know I'm a bit full on sometimes, but shout out to Ada Pix.